107.1 FM. If you can hear us in white on W93.5 around the world, we're streaming live on 3news.com. Coming up this morning, some members of illegal mining gang currently trapped in Anglo Gold Ashanti mining pit in the Obuasi East District arrested after they made their way out of the pit, having stayed there for over 4 days. We're live to the area this morning where scores of them still remain in the mining pits. Also this morning, third arm of government to resume operation in full capacity after leadership of the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana suspended their industrial action for 14 days.
The strike is only suspended but not called off. If government does not show the needed commitment, we shall advise ourselves.
And much later, economist with the University of Ghana, Professor Godfred Bokpin, says expenditure cuts by government is woefully inadequate in helping restore economy, further describing as monetization, the continuous charging of the COVID-19 levy. We'll have details of these stories and a lot more if you stay with us for the next 10 minutes. A pleasure that you could be a part of this morning's bulletin. It's streaming live on Facebook. Our handles 3FM 927. I am Eric Mawuena Egbeta. Let's get into the details, and we're starting off from the Ashanti region, where some members of the illegal miners who have been trapped in the Kwador Anglo Gold Ashanti mining pit have been arrested after they made their way out of the pits. The unconfirmed number are part of scores of individuals who have been allegedly trapped in the mining pit for more than 4 days. One of the miners who's been able to reach his family claims they've been there for over 4 days. Obuasi East District Chief Executive Faustina Emisa, who confirmed the news, says they are liaising with the police and other authorities to rescue the miners.
Around between 2 and 3 p.m. this evening, a group of men came to my office telling me that some miners have been trapped, but the number they didn't mention have been trapped. So the explanation where they pass through underground has been blocked, and that there is an alternative route where they will have to pass through out. But when they pass there, they will be arrested by the police. So the police and the military. So they are hiding around that area. So they will come to plead with African Ashanti so that the police, the security men will go out, they can come out. So I asked them to persuade them to come out.
That's the District Chief Executive for Emisa speaking there. William Evans Inkum, he's a Northern Bureau Chief and has been gathering a lot more on this. Evans, what's been the update since the last time you provided these details?
Well, so we understand that some of them have been able to come out and they have been arrested. You know, there's only one exit point, and that is where the military and then police are also waiting to effect any arrest. And this is not the first time such an incident has happened. You remember a couple of months ago, a video went viral when some illegal miners were seen were actually seen being allegedly abused by some military personnel because they've also entered or crossed the red line. They're actually seen in a muddy. So this is also one of them. I mean, one of those stories where they normally invade underground pits of the mining giant Anglo Gold. So they are still waiting for the others to come out so they effect arrest. But currently, we do not know how many are left under that particular or in that particular pit. But the last information I received from the town not too long ago is that they believe that 100 are still being kept there.
Right,
now,
then.
it's very big. It is becoming even difficult for NADMO and other, interested organizations to actually, describe these miners, whether they are trapped or not trapped.
That's William Evans Inkum. He's my colleague in the Ashanti region, providing details. Away from this, courts across the country are expected to be open to litigants today following the suspension of a strike by the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAG. The 14-day industrial action is on hold to enable all parties to reach a consensus on their demands. The association was on strike to, among others, make a case for an approval of new increases in their conditions of service. Here's President of JUSAG, Samuel Ofote, to announcing the suspension of the strike.
That the ongoing strike is suspended for 2 weeks to pave way for engagement among parties in order to fast-track the consideration, approval, and payment of the new salaries in the month of June 2023. JUSAG and the government representatives therefore signed a memorandum of understanding, MOU, to commit the parties to sincere and amicable resolution of the issue within timelines given. The strike is only suspended but not called off.
That's Samuel Ofutu. He is president of JUSAG. Away from this, Professor of Finance and Economist with the University of Ghana, Professor Godfred Bokpin, says government expenditure cuts aimed at helping free up revenue for economic development is woefully inadequate. Speaking to the possible effect of the IMF program on the lives of ordinary Ghanaians, Professor Bokpin said the government has failed to adequately cut down on its size, hence stifling any potential impact of the IMF program. He's been speaking to 3FM.
If you look at the governance cost, the cost of operationalize our democracy is just too expensive in terms of, because we are unable to put a cap on the number of ministers, deputy ministers, a cap on ministries, department, agencies. So we are just creating them at will, and all of them is just to accommodate political investors.
Well, he adds the continuous charging of the COVID-19 levy amounts to monetization of the virus against the ordinary Ghanaian.
If you look at the COVID report for Ministry of Finance, we still have about in excess of 8 billion cedis that we haven't spent. I don't know where that money is, right? And all that went on with there. So probably, if we look at it critically, we may be taking advantage of COVID, or probably we are monetizing the virus for our own good to the detriment of the population.
That's Professor of Finance and Economist with the University of Ghana, Professor Godfred Bokpin. Let's do education now, because the Africa Education Watch, they've questioned the basis of government intent to purchase laptops for senior high schools when basic school students still do not have textbooks. Executive Director of the Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare, has been speaking to 3FM.
On what basis do you spend the little money you have to procure tablets for senior high schools? Because the main reason why basic schools do not have textbooks is not because textbooks are not approved. They are approved textbooks by NACA on the market. The issue is the money to buy the textbooks for our primary schools. That is why, about 70% of the textbooks needed are not available. So if you don't have money to buy textbooks for primary schools, how come you are ready to spend millions of Ghana cedis to go and buy 1.3 million tablets for senior high schools?
As the Executive Director of the Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare. Away from this, the Ghana National Ambulance Service has, in a reaction to a video in circulation, rebuffed claims that they've shipped an ambulance for sale to Dubai. The service, in a statement, explained that the vehicle in the video is part of a fleet of 26 new vehicles the service was procuring from Dubai. It dismissed the claim in the audio that the vehicle had been shipped. PRO of the service, Simon Yusuf Beura, has been speaking.
Where the ambulances belongs to the manufacturer, the supplier contracted to manufacture the 26 new ambulances. So, if it is being driven or located at that place and there's no for sale written on it, and if somebody is claiming because it's parked at a garage where cars are being sold, and because of that it is for sale, I beg to differ from that statement. That's
PRO of the Ambulance Service, Simon Yusuf Beura. Now, 72 hours after some 50 persons went missing in a boat accident in the Bole district of Banda Hinkro in the Banda district. Sources indicate that the bodies of the individuals are yet to be retrieved. One person is reportedly dead, with 50 others unaccounted for. A search party made up of fisher folks and residents of Dokochina have intensified the search for the missing persons. And confirmed report from the Bole district NADMO director Suleiman Akipo revealed that the boat in which they were traveling was overloaded and capsized after it hit a tree stump in the lake. That's it for this morning's edition of the news here on 3FM 92.7. As always, a lot more news if you log on to 3news.com. I am Eric Mawuena Egbeta.